To make tonight a very successful event. And we will soon hear from John Catsimatidis, who is an extraordinary businessman. But thank you all for all you have done for John Cabot.
Good evening, everybody. Chairman Marini, distinguished honorees, dear members of the Board of Trustees, ladies and gentlemen. As president of John Cabot University, I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate three outstanding individuals whose passion for success and dedication to public service and to dialogue across cultures is an inspiration for all of us. These qualities echo what John Cabot University stands for and represents. As our namesake, the explorer Giovanni Capoto, our university equally cherishes the ongoing quest for constant discovery and commitment to excellence. John Cabot is an American overseas university which for more than 40 years has been engaged in providing outstanding education in the American liberal arts tradition to young women and men from all over the globe, true to its mission of building an international community of future leaders. There is no task more rewarding than to nurture the mind of the young, and that has never been truer than today. The onset of a global society, the pervasive presence of internet, and the resulting end of distance and end of time has created new needs for the education of our young people, as the recipes of the past have in part lost their value. The world is changing at increasing speed. The exponential growth of knowledge, interaction, and discovery is upon us. What used to be the global village has now become a global home. Our interactions are so personal, familiar, and close across the entire planet. These changes, to be sure, come accompanied by fundamental challenges. The very destiny of our planet, the growing challenges we face in keeping our environment sustainable, the relentless growth of population, and the pressure that growth produces are increasingly raising questions about the foundations of our way of life.
A long-standing friend of mine who's been a benefactor in New York and has a great success story as an individual. I've known him long, and good friends of Phil Fugazi, we were just talking with, who some of you may remember, who unfortunately had Alzheimer's for about the last 8 or 9 years. They went to Cuba with us. We flew in John's plane. He is a jet pilot. He had a few credits that he didn't finish NYU as an electrical engineer, but he did everything else and then was went into life. He's a remarkable success story. A story of a man who, at a very early age, owned 10 supermarkets in 25 on Broadway, in New Broadway, in New York. And he went on to other businesses as well, in real estate, in owning an airline, in Capital Airlines, in industrial distribution of products. There are so many businesses that he has been into, and every one of them has been successful in great measure. He didn't finish the last few credits of NYU school where he studied electrical engineering because he was so busy doing accomplishing and becoming a young billionaire. I've always wanted to know billionaires, John. You know, you're my dear friend and one of them. John has a remarkable story to tell. It's the American success story. The story of a man who Now, Cabot, the large market we have.
Can't hear.
And he presently is involved in oil refinery, which I understand used to make a lot of money on oil. And that might be a sore point. But when you really come down to it all, he has been a man who's been a great benefactor of the community. Has no radio show. He's a man who has never says no to any charity, health care, cancer, heart, Alzheimer's, PAL, young, police, athletic. There is hardly a part of our society that he hasn't personally been involved in. So what he's really done is not only enlarge the American opportunities he's had, but he used the money and he used his talents to really grow America. He's an American success story. And we're so proud that we know you, John, and that we could honor you tonight because you're as deserving of any person I've ever known. He ran for office on the Republican ticket, although he's been often known to be both a Democrat and a Republican. But what he's first is an American. He's a citizen of New York, and I'm very proud of it. And when he ran for office, he got only a few points less than the person who won the Republican nomination. So he was very, very much in the battle. But he started out where nobody knew him as a politician. But he put his effort, his time, his heart into it. And his otherwise Margaret stands by his side all the time in the city here tonight. He had a tremendously good showing. And I just had a discussion with him. He said, I'm not throwing politics. We need more good people in government. And John, I hope you do run again because I think you've been a great credit to the political system. John, I traveled with you one time when you took a group of us in your plane. You didn't fly, you had pilots. You told me, if you told me you were going to fly, I might have reconsidered a little bit. No, I would trust you totally. And we went down and we spent the night with Fidel Castro. And we were there till after 2 o'clock in the morning in the office that he chose to meet us in, where we had a secret to go to. He goes home 10 different ways every night. That's why he's been for 51 years, hasn't been assassinated, because most dictators don't live to be in office 51 years, am I right? So we went down there and he said, oh, I'm just a tired old man. He said, I'm keeping people up. He said, you know, I don't sleep at night, so he said, I have to talk to somebody. So at any rate, it was an experience, John, and I just want to know that I'm glad that you were part of my life and part of the life of everybody in this room, in this city, in this country. So I want to introduce you and give to this award to John Catsimatidis for leadership in civic affairs and public policy. John? Here we are, here. Why don't we take a picture with you? And Vivian, our chair.
Two words. I'm humbled and I'm proud, and thank you for honoring me tonight. It's the first time I've been honored by an Italian organization. And the reality is, you know, I'm part Italian in a way. I was telling Frank that I was born on the island of Mykonos. That's the Balkan Islands. The Vaticanese Islands were part of Italy from 1904 to March 7th, 1948. I was born September 7th, 1948. So I was conceived by Italian. My father was an Italian citizen. My father spoke Italian fluently, and he worked for the Italian government for 17 years. And what had happened is after I was born, those islands, because Italy was on the wrong side of World War II, the Brits declared those islands to go to Greece. And that's what happened. But Greeks and Italians, we're one people. We've always been one people. Una faccia diversa. And to me, as an immigrant family, my two grandfathers came to America in 1913. My one grandfather was thrown out of Constantinople by the Ottoman Empire because they considered him a terrorist. Or they wanted all the Greeks out of Constantinople. And in 1911, maybe there was a few million Greeks in Constantinople. Right now, there's about 3,000. And both my grandfathers came to America in 1913. We were all immigrants. And they left my father in the old country to take care of his sisters, take care of his mother. And when we came to America, my father's two brothers had to sign. What do they have to sign? That if he doesn't pay the rent, his two brothers have to pay the rent. And my father worked two jobs. He worked one job at a restaurant called Long Champs. Jan Mitchell owned it. And he was only a busboy because he spoke Italian, but he couldn't speak. I mean, he spoke Greek and Italian, but he couldn't speak English, so he was a busboy. On weekends, he would work in the Italian restaurants in Astoria as a waiter because he could speak Italian. But he worked two jobs. He was dedicated to his family, and like all immigrants, and I'm sure your fathers, your grandfathers were the same way. He worked hard. He wanted his child or children, or for the rest of us, to have a good education. He taught about a good family, a good education, church, community, charities. The part of community is charities, part of, and politics too. I couldn't sit at the same table with my father. We sat at the same table with my father more than 10 minutes. We argued about some kind of politics. But I remember those days, and I wish I could have had more time to spend with him. He died at the age of 94. And his younger brother died last year at the age of 99. And God bless America. I became successful. I'll give you one last quick story. Otherwise, I could be here all day. Jan Mitchell owned Longchamps, a big company. Luchow's, Longchamps. I ended up living in a condo on 5th Avenue in Jan Mitchell. Only in America, the son of a busboy gets to do that. My building is the same building that would allow President Nixon in. God bless America. God bless Italy. God bless Greece. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much. I want you to know that if you run for mayor again, most of the people here are saving up all their parking tickets.